Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel Tech with Ashwant. In this video, I will show you how to create your own private GPT using Amazon Bedrock. All the things required to build this project is in this GitHub repository, so please feel to check that out and I'll provide the link to this in the description box below. Now let's understand what we're going to build first. So firstly, if you see this repository, there are two architectures, the part 1 and the part 2. So part 1 is a small bit of the part 2 architecture. If you see here, this entire architecture is taken away and we are going to build that in part 1 of this video. Okay. So the entire agenda is to build a serverless chat application that allows users to interact with the Amazon Bedrock Knowledge Base. And if you do not know what's a knowledge base for Amazon Bedrock is a fully managed capability that simplifies the process of implementing RAG or retrieval augmented generation. And as you know, RAG is a technique that empowers foundational models to use up-to-date and proprietary organizational data to generate more relevant, accurate, and context-specific response. So what it will do is, firstly, it will automatically fetch the documents from the data sources. So in my scenario, if you observe this architecture diagram, my data source is S3. I'll create an S3 bucket where I will store my data in the format of PDF. So if you want to store that in any other format, you can do that as well. But in this demonstration, I'm going to use Amazon or AWS Certified Solutions Architect Professionals study guide, or you can also say that what are all the questions that you might expect, or the guidelines to appear for that examination. That PDF I have downloaded from the AWS website, and I'm going to upload that PDF into the source bucket. So this source bucket will hold the PDF documentation, and whenever you need to process it, basically it will chunk the entire document and it will convert the text into numerical representation into something called as embedding. So, and it's going to use a specified embedding model. It can be any model available in the marketplace. You can look into that as well. And it stores these embeddings and the original text snippets in the vector database that you manage. For example, in this scenario, S3 is the vector database that I'm using. So it's in preview at the moment. You can also check it out. So this will hold my embeddings and the original snippet in the vector database. This is my vector database. So this is the source bucket where I'll be storing the exact PDF which I'm having. This PDF will be converted into embeddings and it will be stored in my vector database. And then it will use whenever, for example, whenever a user asks a question, the knowledge base first retrieves the most relevant information from the vector store based on the user's query. And then it enriches the original prompt with the retrieved context and sends it to the foundational model for final grounded response. So this is what we are going to build. Basically, we are going to upload a file to the source S3 bucket, create a Amazon Bedrock KB knowledge base, and we're going to interact with that. So the next part of the series would be to build an entire architecture that you're seeing on the screen. So this part will be done in the part 1, whereas from here we're going to automate this using Terraform, and we are going to deploy this entire architecture in the next video. So if you are not subscribed to this channel yet, go ahead and subscribe, because we are going to build this in the next video and it will be out just after 2 days of releasing part 1. So now let's get into this part where we will need Amazon Bedrock, a model, and source data, and a vector database as well. So for that, let me log into my AWS console. Firstly, open or search for Amazon Bedrock and you will land in this particular site. So here you will have to request the model in the model catalog. Go here and request for whatever the model that you're going to use in this particular architecture. So in my scenario, I'm going to use Claude Sonnet as the model, foundational model. So I need to have access to that. So if you do not have, search for that model here in the find models and go ahead and request access for that. So you'll have to submit few details, your website, your email address, and all those things. So provide that and you will get access to that within few minutes of requesting the model. So once you have that, you will see all the models appearing here. So this is a brand new account where I'll just explain whatever the things that I want to do, but I've created the knowledge base already in another account, so I will show that there. Okay, so here I'm just explaining. So find the model, get access to those model, and you can start using that model, right? So next you should create an S3 bucket where it will hold the source data, right? So for example, let's go ahead and create the bucket here. So I'll say private GPT source bucket, and I'll just scroll all the way down and create the bucket. So once you create the bucket, you should also upload the document. So let me go ahead inside this and click on upload. So I'll add file. So I'll go ahead and upload this. If you see here, let me open that and show you once what I'm uploading. So this is a document which holds the guide for your solutions architect professional examination. Now you can upload any documentation, but you need to make sure the changes are done then and right there in the code as well. So if you are interacting, so this is what I'm uploading. Basically, it is a guide for clearing the solutions architect professional examination. So scroll all the way down. Once you upload it, click on upload, and it will be uploaded as well. So your data is now present in this bucket that we have created. That's a source bucket. So if I have to refer that, this is what we have created now, and we have uploaded the PDF as well. The next step is to create the knowledge base and to use the model itself. So to do that, let's go into Amazon Bedrock again. In the left hand side, you will see something called as under build, you will see knowledge bases. So click on that, and in here you will have to if you see here, they have given you how it works actually. You will create the knowledge base and you will test it and you will integrate it. So for this, let's go ahead and click on create. So there are different types when how you can create the knowledge base. Basically, firstly, you can store in the vector store, you can store the unstructured data, structured data, and you can also use Kendra as well. But if you click on this create, you will see under unstructured data, you can create knowledge base with vector store and with Kendra GenAI index. For the structured data, you can store that in any of the structured data store, right? So as this is a PDF which is unstructured data, so I'm going to select a knowledge base with vector store. So that is what we are going to use. So I'll select that one. Basically provide a name here, whatever the name you want. I'm just going to leave that as is. And this requires IAM permissions as well. Like I mentioned, this will have to interact with your Bedrock foundational model, and it will have to retrieve the vector database and all those things. So I would prefer you to create a new service role in the beginning, but if you already have one, you can go ahead and check that out as well. But for the new users, you will have to create the new service role. So you should also choose the data source type here. So in my case, it's S3. So if you see in the architecture diagram, I'm storing the PDF in the S3. So I'm just going to use that here. So select S3, but you can also go with web crawler, and you have Salesforce, Confluence, SharePoint, and if you have a custom store where you have stored your data, you can select that as an option as well. Now let me click on next. Here it is asking, as I've selected S3, I need to select the S3 where it is located, whether it is in the same account or in other account. So if it is in the other account, you will have to go ahead and create the cross account access as well. So for as the database or your S3 bucket is located in the same account, I'm gonna just browse S3 and you will see the S3 bucket that we have created. I'm gonna select that and I'll choose it, and here you need to select the parsing strategy. I'm gonna go with Amazon Bedrock default parser. I'm not gonna make any changes here. And chunking strategy, if you want to have a specific strategy selected, go ahead and use that. But in my scenario, I'll go with default chunking. So if you do not know what's chunking, like I mentioned, the text will be converted into numerical characters, right? So that chunking should be done by an algorithm, and that is default chunking in my scenario, right? So after selecting that, click on next. Here you will have to select the embedding model which you are going to use. So let me select Amazon or Cohere. These are the two serverless model providers that are supported at the moment. Under Amazon, I'm going to select Titan. You can select on demand and click on apply. So if you do not have access to that, you won't be able to select that. You will get an error message. So feel free to get access. Request the access first before getting into this video. Okay. So once you have selected that, it is asking you to select the vector store where you want to store the embeddings. So if you want to create a new one, you can do that. If you want to use an existing one, you can select this option. But in most of the scenario, we will be creating the first vector store. So you can select quick create a new vector store. And in the vector store, you have multiple options. Like you saw in the architecture diagram, I'm using S3 vectors as a vector store. So if I show you, the other options are Amazon OpenSource Serverless, Amazon S3 Vectors, which is in preview, and you also have Amazon Aurora Postgres Serverless and Neptune. Okay, so let me select S3 Vectors and let me click on next. And here you can see all the details here. Once you have these details, go ahead and click on create knowledge base. So this will take at least a minute or two, or depending on the size of the data that you have, it will take some minutes for the database or the knowledge base to be created. So whenever I'm saying database, it is confusing, I understand, but assume that it's a knowledge base. Okay, so it will take a couple of minutes. So what I've done is I've already created a same thing in another AWS account. I'm going to show that to you so that you can understand. Okay, so let me switch into that account and come back. I think it's already done. So yeah, it's done here. If you see, knowledge base is done, it's created. So you will see the knowledge base ID. So this is required in the next part of the video, where we will be using this in order to automate the entire infrastructure. Okay, so now if you see here, the data source is also created. So let me click on that. And you will see the source type as S3, and it was created, time, and all those things. You can see the sync history. Basically, whatever the data that you have stored, it should be synced with the vector database, right? So that's why we need to sync it first. First, let me go back here, and you will see an option to sync. Select the data source first. So first, let's select this, and you have an option to sync. So let me click on sync. So this will convert the entire thing into embeddings, and it will store that in the S3 vector database. So now I think the sync is completed. So if you see here, the status is available and the sync is completed now. Now let's go ahead and test the knowledge base, right? So to do that, you have an option here. If you see test knowledge base, I'll click on that. So you have to select the foundation model which you're going to use to interact. So in my scenario, I'm going to select Nova Lite and I'll click on apply. So here, let's go ahead and ask the question, what are you capable of? Okay, so let me hit enter. And if you remember, I'm not asking, or I'm not giving any details to the model, but rather I'm just asking what are you capable of, and it is giving the response here. But let me go ahead and ask, what are the skills required to clear the exam? So I'm not specifying what's the exam here, but if you see, automatically it is recognizing that it's related to AWS Solutions Architect professional examination, and it is also giving you the response based on the PDF that you have attached. So this is only fetching the data from your PDF, which is private, which is stored in your own S3 bucket, and it is not having access to any other details. So if I ask anything about can you talk about network specialty, network exam. So I've asked, can you talk about network specialty exam? And it says, sorry, I'm unable to assist you with this request. Basically, we have only attached the PDF which is related to Solutions Architect Professional, and that's the reason why you are not able to get any other response. So even if you ask a generic question, it won't be able to answer it, because we are only asking, we are limiting the knowledge of the foundation model to only answer what we have stored in the S3 source bucket, right? So that completes this part one. If you see here, where we have created a source bucket where we have stored the PDF, and that PDF will be converted into something called as embeddings, and that's stored in S3 vector database. And we are using Amazon Bedrock KB in order to interact or use the foundational model and get the results. So this part is completed now. So now in the next part of video, what we are going to do is I assume that you will have this model already. Now on top of this, we will create a Lambda function, which is in turn created or which is in turn talking to your API gateway. Basically, whenever a user requests a front-end application, which is powered by the front-end, CloudFront CDN, which is hosted on S3 website. So under the hood, it has got an API gateway created. So this API gateway will talk to your Lambda function, and the Lambda function will in turn speak to your Amazon Bedrock KB and retrieve the information and get the response from the model and give it back to the user. So we are going to build an entire front-end application and using API gateway, Lambda functions, and S3 website as well. So right now, if you see here, we are just testing using the interface which Amazon Knowledge Base is offering. But in the next video, we are going to build this entire architecture, which will make us build something unique. And you can also build this with your own data. For example, let's say your college wants a knowledge base or a chat application which gives all the information about the college. In that scenario, you can build this architecture, you can build this project, and you can ask your college people to test it out. Whatever the details that you have, you can store that in an S3 bucket and ask questions and get the answers. For example, what's the fee structure for a computer science in 2026? So you can ask that details, if provided that details will be in your college PDF, and you can upload that and you can start asking questions. So even if the college doesn't have a PDF, you can scrape the website and get the details and add it into a S3 bucket. So that's the goal of this particular project. So I hope you are enjoying what I'm teaching. So if you're liking the content that I'm creating, please consider subscribing and share it with your friends. Thank you, and I will see you in the next one where we will build this entire architecture.